Hello. I would like to know about fractional reserve banking.
I will do my best to answer your questions.
Well, first I would like to know, what are banks for?
That's easy. To make money.
For the customers.
No. For the banks.
Why doesn't bank advertising mention this?
It would not be in good taste. But it is mentioned by implication, in references to reserves of $249 billion, or thereabouts. That is the money they have made.
They made this off of the customers.
I suppose so.
They also mention assets of $500 billion, or thereabouts. Have they made that too?
Not exactly. That is the money they used to make money.
I see. And they keep that in a safe somewhere?
Not at all. They lend it to customers.
Then they haven't got it.
No.
Then how is it assets?
They maintain that it would be if they got it back.
But they must have some money in a safe somewhere.
Yes. Usually $500 billion, or thereabouts. This is called liabilities.
But if they've got it, how can they be liable for it?
Because it isn't theirs.
Then why do they have it?
It has been lent to them by customers.
But you said that money they lent to other people was assets.
Yes.
Then assets and liabilities must be the same thing?
You can't really say that.
But you've just said it. If I put $100 into my account, the bank is liable to have to pay it back, so it's liabilities. But they go and lend it to someone else, and he is liable to have to pay it back, so it's assets. It's the same $100, isn't it?
Yes, but...
Then it cancels out. It means, doesn't it, that banks haven't really any money at all?
Theoretically.
Never mind theoretically. And if they haven't any money, where do they get their reserves of $249 billion, or thereabouts?
I told you. That is the money they have made.
How?
Well, when they lend your $100 to someone, they charge him interest.
How much?
It depends on the bank rate. Say 5.5%. That's their profit.
Why isn't it my profit? Isn't it my money?
It's the theory of banking practice that...
When I lend them my $100, why don't I charge them interest?
You do.
You don't say. How much?
It depends on the bank rate. Say 0.5%. But that's only if you're not going to draw the money out again.
But of course I'm going to draw the money out again. If I hadn't wanted to draw it out again, I could have buried it in the garden.
They wouldn't like you to draw it out again.
Why not? If I keep it there, you say it's a liability? Wouldn't they be glad if I reduced their liabilities by removing it?
No. Because if you remove it, they can't lend it to anyone else.
But if I wanted to remove it, they'd have to let me?
Certainly.
But suppose they've already lent it to another customer?
Then they'll let you have some other customer's money.
But suppose he wants his too, and they've already let me have it.
You being purposely obtuse.
I think I'm being acute. What if everyone wanted their money all at once?
It's the theory of banking practice that they never would.
So what banks bank on is not having to meet their commitments.
I wouldn't say that.
Naturally. Well, if there's nothing else you think, you can tell me.
There isn't anything. Now you can go off and open a banking account.
Just one last question.
Of course.
Wouldn't I do better to go off and open up a bank for myself?